So today is the glorious 12th, and it's a celebration of the start of the Scottish grouse shooting season. And it's not just about the grouse shooting, it's about the year-long work that goes into the conservation and the grouse moor management in upland areas. We know that grouse moor management contributes to a thriving upland landscape, providing economic opportunities and jobs, tourism, right across Scotland. It also contributes, and crucially, is part of our solution to climate change and for boosting biodiversity. But this is all under threat because of the Wildlife Management and Muirburn Bill, which is currently going through the Scottish Parliament. It introduces licensing on 3 strands: grouse shoot licensing, Muirburn licensing, and the licensing of certain traps. The bill and its powers are disproportionate. When taken out of context of that bill in a more everyday setting, people would be quite astounded at the power they have. A licence can be suspended purely on a vexatious allegation, and the licence duration that we have on the table is 1 year. That's simply not acceptable. The investment and the hard work which we are celebrating today that goes into grouse moor management would be lost. It would be lost, and it would result in the loss of biodiversity, the loss of the sector, and crucially the loss of jobs in rural areas where there is no viable alternative. And grouse shooting, we know, contributes substantially to the rural economy, providing a higher number of employment per hectare than comparable land uses such as forestry.
I think one thing about game that I always try and push and really try to kind of promote is a lot of people seem to be scared of game, and I think from my point of view it's just have a go. Just go out and have a go, whether that's the opportunity to go shooting or stalking, or the opportunity to buy it and cook it, or the opportunity even just to eat it in a restaurant. Just have a go. Like, it doesn't have to be, if you're cooking it, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to, you don't have to shoot everything. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, you can, but just go and have a go and give it a try. Yeah, and keep flying the flag. I'm gonna just kind of pop these straight on top of the sage, and the smoke that starts coming up through it, like you see here, it all starts kind of dancing around it. It's just going to infuse it a little bit. So it's only lightly smoked, but it just gives it a little bit more complexity and a little bit more to it. Oh, that looks beautiful. So they've got a nice little crisp on the outside. So I just did some sea salt. I always use Blackthorn sea salt. They're based down in Ayrshire. I love using Scottish products. So I always try to use their sea salt, because why not stick to local? That's basically what we're all about here, is eating local, eating with the seasons. And that's one of the best things about grouse and game, is that you know where it's from. It's from the hills, or it's from the fields just across, or pheasant, deer, it's the same. The deer we get out of these woods literally around us, and I just think that's magical that we can measure our food distance in footsteps, not miles. Like, it's pretty special, really. So I'm just going to toss some of this sourdough that we toasted just with the olive oil. I put a little bit of garlic on it before I brought it down, so just rubbed it with it just to give it that extra kind of oomph. And then these tomatoes are out of the garden. We've had beautiful, all different kinds of tomatoes, some heirloom ones, some yellow ones, I just absolutely love all these varieties. Our polytunnel looks like an absolute jungle this year, but I quite like that about it too, to be honest. Strawberries, Scottish strawberries, nothing like it. The absolute best, they're all going to go in. This is chickweed. So chickweed is, well, it's actually a weed. It's a bit watercressy almost. I kind of use it in place of watercress. Like, most people pull this up and get rid of it, which is a shame, because it tastes delicious and it looks really pretty, and it just kind of ties everything together quite nicely. And then we've got a little bit of basil. This is also grown in the garden here that we're going to tear through. I'm going to just drizzle a little bit of rapeseed oil over. And I realise I've forgotten the mozzarella, but I'll go get that in a second. And then this is honey. So we've got beehives here, and I'm just going to give it a little drizzle of honey, just to kind of like give a little bit of sweetness together. And then some black pepper. And all of that is within, I mean, even the mozzarella, that buffalo mozzarella is from Fife. So it's really not far away, you know.
I can't believe, Lucy, we've taken the grouse from the hill straight down here. It's been wonderfully prepared by you. It's obviously fantastic, high in protein, low in fat, really nutritious. So thank you very much for preparing this grouse panzanella for us.
It's so cool that that has been, you know, shot this morning, butchered, prepared and cooked, all within, you know, really not very far away at all. Like, everything on this plate is it's so local. Everything on here is Scottish. Even the buffalo mozzarella is from Fife. All of the vegetables have been grown by us, and I guess that's the whole point of Fodder Farm that we've set up here. It's about this collaboration between the food and the nature and bringing it all together, not just from a eat with the seasons, vegetables, fruit point of view, but from a meat point of view. Because I think a lot of people forget about eat with the seasons isn't just what you're growing, what's out of the ground, it's actually about the meat too. So game is the perfect example. And I think, you know, with it being the Glorious 12th today, I love how the excitement around the Glorious 12th should be like that for when all meat comes into season. You know, it's here for a short time, let's enjoy it at its prime, at its best, instead of shipping over other meats instead. Why aren't we, you know, we should be eating more of this. And it's so full of nutrients, it's high in protein, it's low in fat, it's so good for you. It tastes bloody amazing, and yeah, it just goes wonderfully with the panzanella tailed off at the end of it.
And it's fantastic because obviously all the hard work that's gone into grouseware management culminates in, you know, this fantastic dish. It's wonderful, and it's got such a fantastic story to tell. And we're really lucky
exactly
to have this on our doorstep.
It's the same kind of story and the same kind of narrative of, you know, when you grow vegetables, you have to put so much effort in beforehand and then you have to wait and you have to kind of see the fruits of your labour at the end of it, and you get so much more enjoyment from it. It's exactly the same for grouse on the moor, all of the management that goes in, and then at the end of it you get this amazing bird that you can taste amazing, and it's great, it's very amazing.
So on the Glorious 12th today, we have a simple message to the Scottish Government: support sustainable grouseware management so that we have a sector for generations to come.